Where does the inspiration come from for a primitive hunter? I cannot speak for everyone, but certainly for me, it's the challenge that drives my spirit forward. Some people begin to only pursue trophy animals when they're looking for a new challenge, while others, like myself, believe the reward of the meat and the means of taking that animal are the true trophy in itself. Living most of my life in Florida, I've not exactly been overrun with quality bucks, so it's only stood to reason that I would make a tougher, more organic chase of animals with simply a tougher choice of weapon. The rewards from a successful primitive hunt, especially your first few, are so uplifting that it becomes its own variant of a drug, waking up the next morning still in disbelief and hoping that it wasn't all just a dream. What seems like monumental goals as a child, taking big game with primitive bows and stone points, now has become a standard way of living that I cannot begin to imagine my life without. Admittedly, those first 10 years of hunting were for me, my goals, my aspirations. After eclipsing the goals I felt I could obtain on a craftsman's dollar, I began to see a future not only for myself, but for my two boys. The oldest is 6 and carries the name of his early departed grandfather, Donnie Gill. He is coming into his own for shooting a bow, and I am sure his little brother Dalton will follow at a faster rate as second children normally do. And I feel like I am working for a purpose in which to build something bigger than myself. That perhaps maybe one or both of them can continue in their adulthood. My ideal goal would be to see one follow an interest in primitive archery while the other perhaps may become a master of the atlatl. Working together, perhaps they could move mountains in primitive revival productions. But they will grow and choose their own paths. However, I will do my best to show them the wooded road that my father has shown me, and I hope to share with them the smell of shaved Osage, the toasted fingertips of straightening heated cane. A few minor cuts from napping your own arrowheads are well worth the final results, knowing what you have made with your own two hands. Then to take those handcrafted items afield and return with well-earned meat, that is truly living the dream. Primitive hunters have a level of intensity that can't be buried for 8 months of the year and resurrected a week before hunting season. Without the advancements of modern archery, there is a constant honing of skills and a dedication to the development of accuracy that we seem to insist needs to be bettered with each passing year. While stone points can be extremely devastating on game, they require a little more precision when placing the shot. A marginal hit with a razor-sharp metal point is oftentimes still a good enough shot. Likewise, a marginal hit with a stone point will leave little to no blood and could more easily result in a failed recovery. Intensity of the practice regimen is a must, and there must also be a level of tenacity in the hunt, as our shots and opportunities are considerably less when considering our handicap regarding range and shot placement. We must be willing to pass on a shot that isn't perfect. Many times I've been asked what my effective range is, and when I reply, 15 yards or so, but I really like them at 10, they're quick to ask, what if that monster buck steps out at 30 yards? What are you going to do? I let him walk. A wounded animal is one that will likely never be recovered, and if he's permitted to walk, I might get a shot at him tomorrow, next week, or perhaps next month at a closer range. And that's the gamble you take when you accept this challenge. That is in fact what makes this so challenging. I've had plenty of deer at 10 yards, but the right shot was never offered, and I simply let them pass. The cards are not always in the primitive hunter's favor, but when it all does come together, you're set up for that perfect shot. The primitive hunt is not an easy one. As many can imagine, it's often wrought with the frustrations of missing opportunity on game that could have been taken with more advanced tools. It's not always about the kill, however, as long as you can find happiness in the paradigm between successful harvests and the challenge of the hunt. Not every stalk will be a kill, and not every hunt will yield a shot, and not every shot will yield a hit, but it's the effort and the satisfaction of closing the distance of 10 or so yards before loosing an arrow. And there's nothing quite as self-glorifying as perseverance. Wet feet, cold winds, or sweat-dripping heat, those are only the variables of the hunt provided by Mother Nature. It's what we make of them that determines our true success. Enjoying the time in the woods, carrying an organic weapon made from the trees and the plants surrounding us. The primitive hunt is not one size fits all, and not everyone will enjoy that journey. But it seems like the ones most in touch with their earthly spirit are the ones that are able to find joys in setting a field without the latest trends in gear or clothing. A bent stick, a straightened shaft, and a stone point bobbing with adrenaline are more than enough for some people. We might miss that Big 10 point, but if we keep our wits and deliver a perfectly paradoxing arrow through its lungs, it will be a monumental achievement. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and follow my future hunts, and find the inspiration to take to the woods with primitive bow and with the confidence for success, even if no game is taken.